Hmm. Sorry for the quietness. I'm just waiting. I actually just before I start like talking, and I'm like while I'm waiting for people to come in, um, I want to say that I initially was not going to do a live stream because it's Sunday, and I usually don't do live streams on Sunday. There was a time when I did live streams on Sunday if I missed Saturday, and I did miss this Saturday on purpose because I needed to work on the What is Woke video. So I have actually been working on that, and I think I can say with certainty that I've successfully finished a huge aspect of the What is Woke video, which is the, I guess, the audio like part of the live stream. It's about as long as a live stream. It's like an hour. Um, I think, yeah, I finished the audio stuff, so that's done. Um, I just need to work on adding, which I have. I've been adding other stuff to it. I don't know exactly uh, how I want to put everything in there. I don't want to over flood my CapCut or anything, so I'm working on that. Also, there's some other K2 videos that I'm doing, and I'm doing all of this on purpose. The reason why I haven't been doing reactions, another reason, is not just because of the appointments that I'm going to, but also because I am trying to pace myself, because that What is Woke video is taking up a lot of storage space, a lot of CapCut space, all that stuff. So I don't want to overburden my CapCut with trying to do reactions and trying to work on that at the same time, because then my CapCut's gonna act stupid. Now I don't want a repeat of what happened like a week or two ago with CapCut, where I had to like delete a third project. I mean, I redid the third project, and I think the video turned out to be one of the best videos that I put out, KTube wise. But I don't like to do that normally, but I'm working on that too. So just give me some grace. I haven't done reactions in a minute, and I do apologize for that. Uh, I just need to get some stuff together. And yes, I'm doing this live stream very, very late. I usually don't do stuff at 3 o'clock. So if nobody shows up, that's fine. I just need to talk about something. I just need to talk about something because this is a little important. Actually, it's very important. Um, this weekend, for context about what I'm about to talk about, this weekend, a viewer uh, had asked me to react to La Seraphim's Coachella. It's probably because of the video I put out talking about the vocals, right? Because I had addressed that girl talking about the vocal stuff. So I'm going to react to it. Don't know when, but I'm going to react to it. However, I do want to say something. And yes, I do look rough today. This has been a rough week for me. So I look like I've aged a couple of years. Just today, it'll be better. Hey Shinies Nuna, welcome. Sorry I'm so late doing a live stream. I was gonna do one yesterday, but there was a lot going on. I got a call from the doctor and all that other stuff, and then I went somewhere with my pops. To go pick up Mama Moonlight, and Mama Moonlight, she's at work right now, so she won't be back for a minute. I literally pretty much just started the live stream, so you didn't really miss much, except that to recap, that I'm going to well, I'm working on the What is Woke video. It's coming along very well. The audio portion is completely done. All I gotta do is add on to like the visual stuff, but I don't know exactly how I'm gonna go about doing some of the visual stuff on there. I'm not sure, so I don't know. I'll figure it out though. I'll figure it out. I want it to be like very presentation heavy. So I'm trying to figure out how exactly I want to go about doing that. But other than that, everything on that What is Woke video so far is coming along very well. That's why you haven't seen a lot of reactions lately. A lot of Shiny Saturdays. I think I've missed, 2 weeks or maybe 3 weeks of Shiny Saturday. I hate that I'm missing them, but I left you some Onu songs he did at the awards he hosted. Okay, thank you. I'll check them out. I'll check them out as soon as I'm done. Yeah, I'm gonna take my time and figure it out. I really want to get back to doing some reactions, but I know in my heart I need to take this time to focus on like a little bit of K-tubing here and there. Unfortunately, there's only been like one or two videos a week uploaded. Not a lot of time that I have at the moment. The ball is rolling with my doctor visits and stuff like that. I just found out what's going on with my area down there, because the doctor called me, like I said, and I found out something new that's going on with my body that I didn't know about, which I'm gonna have to get a ultrasound on my stomach for that. So yeah, I'm in a bit of a somewhat worrying mode because I learned something new about my liver. Something's going on with my liver. She said there was an abnormality, irregularity, if you will. But other than that, I am moving along with everything very smoothly, and we'll figure out what's going on eventually. But yeah, that's that. So everything's coming along great there. However, there is one other thing that I want to address. And Shinies Nuna, you're in for a treat, because I have I'm going to read from All K-Pop some stuff to preface, I guess, what I'm about to say regarding this particular topic. A viewer asked me to react to LE SSERAFIM's Coachella performance. And I don't know if they want me to react to week 1 or week 2 or both. Perhaps both. I don't know. They didn't specify. But I will react to it. However, I think it's probably mainly the reason why I'm being asked to do this is because of the video I put out about vocals. And I do want to say that I think it's important as K-pop fans that we recognize vocal errors, but also how we go about recognizing them is more important than just recognizing them. Because I have seen a lot of comments on different public forums as of late regarding the LE SSERAFIM performance from week 1, and how disrespectful and rude a lot of those comments were towards LE SSERAFIM regarding their vocals and things like that. And I just want to remind people that first of all, I don't think it's helpful. I could be wrong. I'm being sarcastic, obviously, but I could be wrong. But I don't think it's helpful to write comments like that about a group. And I will say this, it's in moments like this where a group realizes who's there for them and who's not. And it's in moments like these where they retreat into themselves, or they just have each other, the group. Because, like, when fandoms start to go nuts about a performance gone wrong or whatever, I'm sure for the idols it could probably seem like the whole world's turned against them. And so they just cling to each other for support and for, that strength that they need to keep going. And then there's the aspect of they already know that they didn't do a good job. Is this the one about them having to use backtracks and vocals to help themselves? It's not just them that were targeted. Yeah, exactly. Yes, this is about that. Yes, there's a lot of other K-pop groups that were targeted for this. But I want people to understand that as a fandom, I'm not saying that, hey Poppy, sorry, I'm reading the first part of the name and like asking myself, who is this? Poppy. I see Poppy there. Sorry. Hey Poppy. Welcome to my impromptu live stream that I wasn't actually going to do this week. I was going to actually chill. I look like I've aged a couple years. Been a rough week. I hope that you, Shiny's Duna, and I hope that you, Poppy, are doing well on your side of the world. I hope this week has been great. Even with my absence of reaction videos, which I am sorry. I'm getting back to it, y'all. I just give me some time. My earbuds aren't working like they usually do. I think there's something wrong with one of them because it won't work. It won't play. So I'm probably gonna try to resort to like headphones or something. I don't know how well that's gonna work, but I hope that it works. I'm gonna have to do that. We'll figure it out. In the meantime, yeah, that's another reason why I haven't done reactions in a minute, because my earbuds aren't working properly. Just being woken up at 4 in the morning. I mean, it could count. Since they're already awake because it's daytime, right? Or no, is it maybe afternoon? Or it might be afternoon when it's 4, I don't know, 4 o'clock in the morning. 4 o'clock in the morning for America would be probably like afternoon in Korea, I think. Or maybe morning? No, afternoon. Afternoon. It's been a minute since I've thought about Korea time. But yeah, I just want to do this impromptu live stream to talk about this the Seraphim Coachella thing, because a lot of fans are acting really, really immature about this. It's one thing to say they didn't sound good. It's one thing to say there was some problems. It's one thing to say, what the problems were. It's another thing to say they suck, their vocals are terrible, they're trash, and all that other stuff. That's not something that a K-pop group, correct me if I'm wrong, that's not something a K-pop group needs to see or hear when they already know they did bad. So it's 8 or 9 hours time difference, I think. So I'm going to read, if my reading skills will permit me, I'm going to read an article from All K-Pop to you guys. Like I said, I don't have the screen share thing going on at the moment, so y'all just bear with me while I read this. Or if you want to go to All K-Pop and read along, you can. But like, this is important stuff. I really, really, this is what I really want to talk about. I'm gonna make a video talking about this because this is something important, and I am working on another KTube video as well that I recorded yesterday. So I'm working on that. I'll try to work on that today. If I don't, then I'll try to work on it tomorrow. I'm not gonna, go too ham and try to like overwork myself. But plus, I think there's an appointment I gotta go to next week as well. So I'm gonna work on that. But I do want to talk about this, and I'm gonna make a video about this too. Kind of probably reiterating because live streams don't really gain as much traction. But I do want to talk to you guys about this. So let's say we get into this article here from All K-Pop. Le Sserafim faces, and yes, I'm reading without my glasses, probably a bad idea, but my glasses are not clean, and I didn't clean them before this. I seem to have this issue every time I do live streams where my glasses are dirty. What a coincidence. Le Sserafim faces criticism for a vocal performance at Coachella despite high expectations, which, yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna try my best to temper myself, not get angry. It says despite putting on a spectacular show at the prestigious American festival, the group Le Sserafim is facing criticism for lacking skill. Le Sserafim performed on April 13th at one of America's biggest music festivals, the Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival. But they received criticism for not meeting expectations in terms of skill. For the Coachella performance, Le Sserafim prepared an unreleased song called 1-800-HOT and Fun, and had a special joint performance with a famous American musician, Nile Rodgers. Never heard of Nile Rodgers before. I've never heard of Nile Rodgers. Probably because I don't listen to a lot of American music. I know, that's sad. So they performed with Nile Rodgers for their title track, Unforgiven. Despite their efforts to where am I at? Despite their efforts and determination, I don't know what happened, I lost my place. Despite their efforts and determination, their vocal abilities were seen as inadequate. Social networking services, SNS, and online forums are currently buzzing with critiques. I don't know if it's actual genuine critiques or not, or it's just full-blown insults. We'll find out. Critiques, yeah. Videos of Le Sserafim's performance at Coachella were released, and comments criticizing their abilities quickly followed. While the performance skills were not questioned, their live vocals were. So yeah, it's the live vocals. The live vocals were predominantly criticized. Yeah. A user on ID Boss commented on Le Sserafim's performance at Coachella, saying, quote, "Congratulations on making it to Coachella in such a short time, but it was definitely a stage with lacking vocal abilities," end quote. They added, quote, "The dance continued non-stop until the middle of the performance, which is acceptable. Um, but from the smart, but for the smart part, so for the song smart, for the smart part of the song, it completely fell apart, which was disappointing. Hybe, a large corporation, seems to struggle with overcoming the fundamental issues that come from hastily putting together a team focused on visuals and performance. In 2019, Blackpink became the first K-pop girl group to perform at Coachella, where they received praise, making the comparison between Blackpink and LE SSERAFIM's performance in inevitable. Sorry, my reading is bad today. Some netizens noted that LE SSERAFIM had gained more experience on large stages like a world tour before performing at Coachella, such as Disaster Cloud. Such as a disaster could have been avoided. Okay, gotcha. Like I said, my reading sucks today. On April 15th, Source Music under Hybe released a statement saying, quote, LE SSERAFIM successfully completed their debut stage at Coachella, and the audience enjoyed the performance with enthusiastic cheers. And I think that's the end of the I think it's the end of it. What are you guys saying over here? The choreography is so hard, though. Yeah. Chinese Nuna said, plus they have to do choreo in heels. Yeah. Factors that people aren't really considering while criticizing their vocals or whatever. I know that heels don't have anything to do with vocals. I know. I think choreography does, though. And then plus, if you add the heels on top of it, choreography plus heels equals potential catastrophe if you're not careful. And you're going to be concentrating more on maintaining your footing and your balance in heels while performing choreography than you're going to be focusing on the singing aspect. So there's that to consider too. I'm not a vocal critic. I'm not someone who knows the ins and outs of vocal stuff. I'm not a vocal coach. I don't know any of that stuff. All I know is that from what I've heard, I haven't seen anything, but from what I've heard, the performance was good, but the vocals were lacking. And a lot of people have, I don't even want to say a lot of people, that's kind of a generalization I don't want to make. There are those, there we go, being safe. There are those who heavily criticized, if I can even call it criticized, the group for this. Yes, and they're a new group and young with much to learn compared to their seniors. Yes, I agree. Oh, well, here's a comment by someone. You know how all K-pop does show like various comments from people? Here's a comment from someone saying, you know they can't sing live. You know they have bad vocal cords. So why would their company send them out to Coachella for the whole world to see? I don't know exactly what this person means by bad vocal cords. Bad vocal cords doesn't mean that you can't sing. It just means EMJ, hey lovely, and I'll hope everyone is good. Hello EMJ. Welcome to my impromptu live stream that I wasn't planning on doing at all. So that was the comment there. And let me see, what else? I don't know if this is a reply to that comment, but I'm just going to read it anyway. Someone replied and said, because any group that debuts under Hybe now is guaranteed to be successful no matter what they do. Look at Illit. I've never heard of Illit. That must be a new group. They've been criticized for bad vocals and copying New Jeans. Oh, okay. I've heard of someone copying New Jeans. I just didn't know what group. But they're still selling and charting. So okay. Apparently, a lot of people are also accusing Hybe. It seems, for allowing a group that can't sing to perform at Coachella, is what I'm seeing. ATEEZ was there as well, but they were shouting a lot. ATEEZ are the shouting group. They love to shout. They love to scream and holler and look demented in their performances. That's just how they are. But I love it. They are entertainers, so they know how to do that. And I don't know. Okay, wait. So, yeah, I mean, perhaps there is an argument. So I'm reading comments while I'm thinking. Perhaps an argument can be made that they were sent out to Coachella to kind of follow. Shima, hello Shima. Perhaps an argument can be made that they were thrown out to Coachella by Hybe as a way to like say, hey, look, the second girl group or K-pop group in general, I guess. Yeah, I guess second girl group to make it to Coachella, blah blah blah. Um, I don't know if it wasn't a matter of ill preparedness. I think it was just that their vocals were not as great as they could have been. What I want to say, because I don't want to go down a rabbit hole of reading a bunch of comments that people made. What I want to say, out of their heart, I'm getting distracted again. List of girl groups that are needed to perform on Coachella: Mamamoo, Dreamcatcher, 21, Kara, Young Posse, Red Velvet, and then they say Le Seraphim just robbed people out of their hard-earned money. I mean, yeah, you can have that opinion. It's fine. I don't have a problem with you feeling the way you feel. I just think that sometimes there's someone said 21 was already I don't know what YP means, but they're saying that they're too young for the Coachella, I guess. Anyway, other than tired with sore hands because of embroidery, I'm good. How? Oh, oh, sorry. I'm reading someone's conversation. All right. Um. Yeah. See, I'm not gonna read any more comments. Because I'll get distracted real quick talking about the comments. Like I said, I haven't seen it, so I can't really judge for myself anything. But the vast amount of K-pop fans have been either criticizing or sending complete and total hate or passive aggressive comments or anything or stuff like that. The one person saying that people were robbed out of their hard-earned money by Le Seraphim's lack of vocal technique. Um, could it be a Hybe situation where they did just like put this group together all quick, fast, in a hurry, and did not properly vocally train these girls? Maybe, possibly. All right, I'm not saying that it's not a possibility. It could be a possibility. However, with that said, I don't think that the girls deserve hate for And I'm not trying to conflate hate with criticism. That's not what I'm doing, okay? There's people that criticized, and that's fine. People that send hate, that's what I'm talking about, okay? It's not okay to hate on people, on groups and stuff. They already know they didn't do a good job. So I think we need to be a little bit more aware of the artists and how they feel, as opposed to just like becoming the keyboard warriors. And I say we, not you guys and me, but like people that do this. It's not helpful to Le Seraphim to see. It's not helpful to any K-pop group to see this kind of stuff. Okay, it's not helpful. So I think people need to be a little bit more understanding and a little bit more generous. Because if it were you and it was your group that made a huge vocal errors throughout the entire performance, the last thing you'd want to see is somebody going to town on the keyboards, talking about how trash your vocals sound, right? Cockatiel. G. Hello. Hello. I don't think I've seen you before, Cockatiel. Welcome. But yeah, the last thing they need is people going on the webs and telling them stuff they already know, and just being very nasty about it. So I think that people need to exercise. Everything doesn't always go perfectly, and that's okay. It's a learning experience. They are still a very young group experiencing it. And you know what? I agree with you, which begs the question for me, because they are young and still need a little more experience. Anyway, I'm wondering why Hybe let this girl group go to Coachella, knowing that they have vocal issues. If that's the case, if that's the case, why did they let them go to Coachella? Like, it's a good opportunity for exposure, but like, if the first impression is bad vocals, then, because I don't know how they performed before the actual performance when they did this. So if they didn't sound like this in the practice part, what happened? Well, possibly because this is as I read, this is one of the biggest American shows ever. Coachella. Nerves could play a factor. Anxiety can play a factor, right? So to say, oh, they just bad vocals without, thinking about the level of nervousness they were probably feeling while this whole thing was going on. I think people need to stop ignoring certain possibilities or possible details when they make comments like this, because there's so many factors involved. I believe they were nervous. I believe they were anxious. I believe they were excited, but I also believe that they were nervous as crap. You know how many times SHINee has performed and they've constantly said backstage, I'm nervous, I'm nervous, I'm nervous, I'm anxious, I'm anxious, I'm anxious. I think the girls have not quite mastered the art of overcoming nerves and anxiety. And so I don't know if it was a wise choice. Opportunity-wise, sure, but if you wing your opportunity with like the vocals being off, why risk that, Hybe? It's more so on Hybe than it is on the girls, I think, because Hybe put them out there. Of course, maybe they were invited to Coachella, and Hybe was like, "Well, we can't pass up the opportunity." That's probably how it really happened. They were invited to Coachella. Agreed. Chinese Nuna. They're all yes, they're all manner of things. Yes, and yeah, like you guys have been saying, they're still young, so it's like they have a lot of growing to do and learning to do. But I do want to say, regardless of what problems Le Seraphim has, this is the moment, and this is the crux of this whole reason why I read all this. This is the moment where real fans show their support and uplift their artists. You don't beat them down. You don't drag them through the mud and talk about how bad their vocals were and how trash they were. No, you show them your support and that you got their back. And there are fans that do that, but the ones that are the loudest are the ones that are the most negative. So that it outshines any amount of positivity that can come out of this. And I think that's the problem I have with like immature fans. Young, very young, immature fans. I heard recently that I do believe it's young K-pop fans who know nothing about the past kings and queens of K-pop have been bashing Boa, who is like arguably the queen of K-pop, bashing Boa to the point where Boa was like, "I'm done. I'm gonna retire because I'm done. I can't deal." So I think we need to be a little bit more, not we, but you know, fandoms need to be a little bit more responsible and mature with how we handle certain things regarding what we put online, what we comment. Sometimes the first thought that comes to your mind is probably not the one that you should go with, because it was very quick when you thought about it. You just like don't always go with that quick thought. That quick thought is probably the thing you should not type. Ooh, that was trash. That was trash. You're right. You know, just look at Onu. He was nervous over his comeback with his yes. Absolutely. So it's not like even experienced idols get nervous. I think Shiny is one of those idols that the idol groups that they know how to overcome the nervousness in the moment. Because like once I'm on stage, I'm gonna do my best, right? That doesn't mean that they're not gonna make an error or a mistake or whatever. Sometimes they do. But when they do, that does not give fans, if that's what they are, is legitimate fans, and I don't have to do the air quotes, but if I have to do the air quotes because fans, that's not an opportunity for fans to be like, "Ooh, see, there he is at the crack." You hear that? Why are we judging so critically and so harshly performances when we've never been on stage to perform? I guess that's my biggest question. Well, why do we overanalyze vocals to such a degree when some of us, I'll caveat, some of us probably have never been on stage performing anything. Some of us. It would be wrong of me to say all of us. Some of us are into Broadway, some of us are into musical theater, some of us are into all that stuff. So we would know about performing, some of us. But some of us have never been in positions like that. And to make such harsh, critical judgments, assumptions, Like, to say that they can't sing, I would have to hear them, like, when they're not nervous or anxious or whatever. Because I do believe that they were nervous and anxious. But again, I haven't seen the video, so I'm just giving you what I would presume I'm going to see when I watch the video. I'm going to be looking for all of that. I'm going to be looking for all of that. But at the end of the day, I think it's less of a reflection on La Seraphim and more so on a reflection on the fans. How we take in information and how we react to it. Because we tend to react instead of respond. Responding is the right road to take, not reacting. We need to stop reacting so much. Reacting is there's no thought put into reacting. You just react. Responding, you got to think about what you're going to say. So everything doesn't always go perfectly. That's okay. It's because a very it's become, sorry, told you my reading sucks today. It's become a very consumable environment. While it's expanded outside of Asia, people are very much they want perfection, yes. And they want it now. I'm not saying everyone, by the way. No, I totally get you. The fandom should support the artists they like, as they do not know what is happening behind the scenes. Yes, exactly. Yeah, so yeah, I really wanted to. I wish he hadn't cut his long hair. I actually liked the long hair look for Onu. It was, I really loved that long haired look. I did. We didn't get enough of it when the comeback came out because he had to leave. So I wish he had kept it. I do wish he had kept it. Maybe he'll grow it back one day. Um, yeah, so I think that's basically all I really wanted to say is that we need to be a little more careful. It's not wise to constantly just, keep beating down idols all the time. And another thing, a part of me wants to stop even using the word idol. I don't know if anybody feels the same way, but a part of me really wants to stop using the word idol. I know why we use it. I understand why we use it, but a part of me is like getting very tired of saying that idols aren't perfect and yet I'm calling them idols in the same breath, which the term idol itself means that you hold a person to a higher uh, plateau than you would hold yourself to because they are like the image of perfection and deity and nobility and royalty and all the things that we are not. I get that, but I think it's only because they're in the public eye and we're not. Um, I'm okay with celebrity. I'm okay with artist. I'm okay with, group. It's that idol word though. Because it's like I'm saying they're supposed to be perfect while saying that they're not perfect. I don't know. It's I'm having a conflict with that word, y'all. I'm having a conflict with that word idol because I don't worship them. I don't. I praise them. I praise them. Of course. And I think it's okay to praise people. I just don't think it's okay to worship people. And I know that's not what people think about when they call a person an idol. Just my personal conviction is I'm tired of using the word idol to describe human beings, to describe mortal people. Because they're not perfect. They're not perfect. An idol, to me, is a term that is used for people who are not bound by the limitations of mortality, not bound by the limitations of flaws, and all that other stuff. So I'm kind of having a conflict with that word. I mean, I don't even want to call them idols anymore. But for the sake of argument, I use the term idol because that's what they're called. And I never had a problem with it when I started, liking K-pop, because I was like, oh, well, that's what they're called, idols. They're called idols. They're the idols. I mean, we call people idols in America as well. But it's just, the word idol is just... But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. That's all I want to say about that. At least about that. Let me read you guys' comments real quick because I know you guys are talking as well. The idol. Yeah. Yeah. No. I totally 100% agree with you, EMJ. Companies are responsible for selling the idol the way that they do. Yes, because that's what they present. That's another reason why I have a problem with the word idol. It's because of the companies pushing this perfection thing. This is what perfection looks like, sounds like, acts like, thinks like, talks like, walks like. This is what you want. And so they're painting perfection with this one-dimensional brush. The bright skin and all that. I do believe that the bright skin perfection thing, it does have something to do with colorism. But I will say this: if a person is attracted to someone who is bright skinned and they describe their skin as pale and what was it? Pale, and I think the guy from Singles Inferno said it was pale and pure. I mean, when you look at Korean skin, it does look quite pure. I'm not saying the dark skin doesn't. Just when you look at a white person, like a white skin color, it does look pure, whatever that word means. I don't think people should get offended when someone says that, and start like trying to add an intention to a person's words that might not be there. I don't think they think about colorism, but I do think that the idea of perfection is colorist as far as the skin color, because like I said, people like Kai, Minho, who are darker skinned, they like to Photoshop their skin color to make themselves appear brighter and stuff. The companies do, So yeah, they're not supposed to have any view. Honestly, it's almost like the monarchy. No shade to the monarchy for all the British people, okay? Not even I'm not throwing any shade at the monarchy at all. I think the monarchy is very interesting. I have my views on the relevancy of monarchy, especially when monarchy and democracy are like tied together. I'm not quite sure why that's the case, but maybe you guys who are from the UK, can help me out on that. But I think the monarchy is quite interesting. It's very fascinating to me. I've been fascinated with the monarchy ever since I was in, I don't know, middle school. So, especially because it's still going on. But anyway, my point is that K-pop idols is kind of like monarchy. They're not allowed to have their own opinions. They're not allowed to show their emotions. They're not allowed to show bias. They're not allowed to show any kind of viewpoint. They're supposed to be scripted and robotic at all times. And I'm not saying that the monarchy is robotic per se, but I would say that there's a number of people in the UK that would argue that the monarchy at one point was very out of touch with, and probably still think that they're out of touch with, the world and how people are. They're not down to earth enough because they've been placed in like this realm of mystery and fantasy and magic. Like it's another world completely, the monarchy. And I feel like that's kind of how K-pop, the companies rather, and the industry treats their artists. Like they are not supposed to have feelings or emotions or show bias towards Israel or Palestine or show any kind of viewpoints on conservative or progressive or anything. They're not supposed to do that. They're not supposed to have any kind of opinions or thoughts of their own, except for what the company deems fitting for them. They're trained, specially trained, and taught how to not be themselves, but be like whatever the company wants them to be, essentially. And I think the similarity between monarchy and idol is very close together in that sense. I've said that idols, the companies treat idols like they're touched by divinity, and they want the fans to see what they see, what they've created, and that's been going on for years and years and years. And I think they need to change that. They need to change that. And another thing that I wasn't actually going to talk about. Speaking of perfection, they should get rid of the monarchy, if you ask me. A lot of people actually feel that way. But I've been thinking, like I was talking to Mom Moonlight while we were watching one of my favorite shows ever on Netflix, The Crown. I love The Crown. I love The Crown. But one of the things that kind of, like I was telling my mom about, like, why does the monarchy still exist when there's a democracy, right? Like, they have a prime minister, they have a democracy, they have cabinet, they have their own senate, right? Why they have their own congressmen? Why do they need a monarchy? Because the people that do the majority of the work are the politicians. I think the monarchy exists to as a way to maintain a sense of historical relevance. The kings and queens are things that we hear about, especially in America, we hear about in passing, right? In history, King George, King Philip, Queen Elizabeth, Queen, I hear about all of these Queen Mary. I hear about all of these different kings and queens back in the day. But, I think Britain holds on to, or the UK holds on to the monarchy because they want to maintain some of that magic, right? That ancient magic from the past, from a mythological time that I probably would have died living in that time. I think I probably would have been during that time. But like a time, because I love stories like Arthur Pendragon and the Knights of the Round Table and Merlin and all that stuff. And you hear the C.S. Lewis's Narnia, the Kings and Queens of Narnia, the Sons of Adam, the Daughters of Eve, all that. Lord of the Rings, you got the King Aragorn, Lesar, whatever. All these different little, all this stuff came from Europe. All these stories came from Europe. Kings and knights and wizards and all this stuff. And I feel like having a king and a queen in the modern time is like they're trying to hold on for dear life to what made Europe so distinguished and separate from everyone else, is that monarchy, right? They're trying to hold on to the last vestiges of what makes Britain really cool, that we have a king and a queen. I feel like that's probably one of the main reasons why they won't let go of the monarchy stuff. Tradition, you know. But I don't really see why they are all needing perpetual counseling, because their mental health is so bad. Agree, Chinese Nuna, and it's difficult to be being stuck in the persona, that they're put in for so long they can't cope with normal, ordinary reality. Yes, and it sounds very similar to K-pop idols. It really does. It really does. Like the whole monarchy thing and the K-pop idol thing sounds very similar, and the companies train them and in a way and present them in a way that is very similar to how the monarchy is presented, as this otherworldly beings touched by divinity. And literally in the United Kingdom of Great Britain, that is literally what they call the queen and the king, whoever is ruling, and the monarchy in general. People touched by divinity, especially the king and the queen, touched by divinity, like the divine hand of God is on them to be this supernatural being. I mean, they literally believe that when you become king or queen, you are transfigured into the divine. That's actually what they believe. Very interesting. Very interesting. And like K-pop idols are treated the same way. Which is why I say, when a K-pop idol does something that a normal person does, like, I don't know, date someone or smokes or drinks or whatever, then they get called out for being human and doing things that everybody else does, because they're not supposed to be seen that way. They're supposed to be seen as above all of that. Divine. Transfigured. That's what idols are marketed as. Transfigured beings. This is the ideal aspect of the highest order of perfection. You're supposed to buy into it. That's not why I even like K-pop. I like K-pop because they're cool people that can sing and dance and rap. I love the music. I love their personalities. I love everything about K-pop, except for like the whole perfection, pushing a aspect of perfection that as a black K-pop fan I don't adhere to, because I think who you are should be enough to get you through. Now, I will say this, One thing that K-pop does do right is, and maybe it's not even K-pop, maybe it's just so much that the idols or Korea itself, they have a lot more maybe well-mannered people as opposed to America. But then we've seen the opposite be true in Korea too, with Seungri and everybody from the Burning Sun incident, uh, and people from past K-pop groups that are just absolute jerks in real life. So that's not everyone, but I think that kind of personality and the way that people behave in Korea in that sense is more prominent in America. That's all I'm saying. Uh, but yeah. Mm, and why they are all needing perpetual counseling because their mental health is so bad. That's why Onu is. Oh, that's why Onu was away for so long, and why he decided to leave SM. Yeah, I honestly believe that is probably why as well. That he needed uh, some counseling and things like that. I agree. I agree, Chinese Nuna. I agree with that. I know. I'm just glad they are getting the support they need. Yes, me too. I think idol groups need support. You don't have to like every performance that they do, and you can. It's okay to say if you thought that a performance could have been better, but to trash your own group as if you can't tell the difference between criticism and just being a butthole, bruh. I always say this: there's everybody's neighborhood. There's a common sense store across the corner somewhere. Find yours. Go buy you some common sense, please. Because common sense should tell you that kind of attitude towards your idol group. And that's the thing. It's not just haters of La Seraphim or haters of this group or that group. It's sometimes it's people within their own fandom that say stuff like this. Anyway. Yeah. And that's what gets me is that it's oftentimes the people that claim to love you and fight for you, that end up fighting against you. So it's like, that's why it's hard to tell between who are the toxic people and who are the not so toxic people, or who are the people that are actually more common sense minded, as opposed to who are the people that are just irrational, immature people. Hard to tell the difference because the same people that claim that they are mature end up saying something immature. One of the reasons why I was actually going to get out of K-pop back in the day, like when I got into K-pop and I saw all the nonsense going on back then. I was also having a talk with my dad yesterday in the car, and we were talking about how, we use the, Tiger, what was I going to say? How Tiger JK was like one of the first Korean rappers to ever introduce hip hop to Korea, and like the Korean government didn't like it. And he was like, F the Korean government. I'm gonna do what I want, and I love hip hop, and I want to show Korea that we can do hip hop. And now black people get mad today when a Korean raps like a black person does, even though black people is where they got hip hop from in the first place. There's no other way to do it than how black people do it. That's the whole aspect of hip hop is around centers around this need to like act a certain way, present yourself a certain way. That's kind of how it is. Now in K-pop it's a little different, but in underground Korean hip hop, they are staying true to the roots of hip hop because it's not filtered by K-pop stuff. But you know, it was a very interesting conversation because I brought up how, you know, we constantly talk about the N-word, which that's what my video is going to be on, by the way. My next video is going to be like about, it's going to be about my response to Ever Glow Up's comment on the video talking about how K-pop idols profit off of black outrage by mouthing the N-word. I don't believe that K-pop idols willingly choose to profit off of black outrage, which I've never understood that term, profiting off of doing something that normally would probably make you not profit off of anything or make you no profit whatsoever. A large portion of the black K-pop community claim they're going to boycott a group because one member mouthed the N-word. So I'm not sure how they're profiting, except by publicity, not so much financial stuff, because the black K-pop stans are not going to pay for the album's pre-sales if the member mouths the N-word. So I don't agree with the whole profiting off of black outrage thing. I don't. I do believe that they don't get nearly as much consequences if they off of black outrage as they do if, say, they adopt a religion into their music video, certain religious symbols and gods or whatever. If they do that, K-pop idols get, I mean, you talking about repercussions for having Ganishka or what's that elephant, the elephant god or whatever, in your music video? Oh yeah, you're gonna, like, companies will literally take that portion of the MV out and then replace it with another shot just to avoid that problem. But black outrage is not treated the same way. So I it's like I agree that black outrage exists and that they but I don't agree with the profiting off of it. I don't agree with profiting off of it because I don't see any profit made from black outrage except for publicity. And really, they say that any publicity is good publicity, but that's not true. Some publicity could land you in hot water to the point where you're canceled. So I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that at all. Why were they criticized? Why were they criticized? I would see it as a sign of respect for an older group, them covering a song. Wasn't Stray Kids criticized for covering Shiny's Lucifer for their fan meeting? I thought they covered it well too. I saw it. I actually saw the Lucifer. I saw it. It was really nice. No idea, but fans weren't happy about it. It did just so. Why do K-pop stand? Why do we act like this? It's so weird. People seem to do it to the juniors who cover Shiny's or Taemin songs choreo. Yeah, just like when a member of TXT covered Guilty. People got so mad about that. Everyone except Taemin. That is annoying. It's appreciation for the artists. It benefits both. Yeah, it does. It benefits both groups. I don't understand. There was a female solo artist recently who covered Taemin's Guilty choreo. Can't remember her name, but fans' attitude towards her she was a senior. Okay. Yeah, that's a shame. We shouldn't act like this. We really shouldn't act like this. I don't understand. I don't understand K-pop fandoms. And it's not like K-pop fandoms weren't already like this before the internet. I think the internet just made it worse because now we can just everybody can see everyone's complaints online now. Online has become a place where people vent and whine and moan and groan and gripe and squabble about everything. And argue about the dumbest things. Like, who's the center? Who's Shiny's center? Is it Taemin? Is it Jonghyun? Who is it? I don't care. I don't really care. There's way more important things to talk about in K-pop than who's the center of Shiny. Should just enjoy the music. Yeah, I mean, that's the whole idea. I think people should just simply enjoy the music, respect the group, respect the members. You don't have to like the company. Call out the company for its weird practices of trying to indoctrinate people, groups, artists, and you guys, you and me, trying to indoctrinate us and show us what perfection looks like, which we already know that's not true perfection, because there's no such thing as true perfection, and perfection is not skin deep. Like, even skin color, a certain kind of skin color is seen as perfection in K-pop, and that's not true. Which is why there's a part of me that is actually very grateful for what JYP did with Vicha. Now, I know Vicha's not a K-pop girl group in the traditional K-pop girl group sense, but they are a girl group that is trained and promoted the way that a girl group in K-pop would be promoted. And it shows that Americans who are not all pure-skinned, fair-skinned, can do K-pop too. Also, the other girl group, what's that girl group I've been reacting to lately? Can't remember the name. I think it's XN. XN. And like I said, Black Swan's Fatu. And the members of Black Swan in general. So, Oni will be releasing a new song at his fan meeting. He and Taemin are both working on new albums. Okay, cool. Because they think they can't be held accountable for it. Exactly. More like people should respect it, not criticize it. And I think fans have a problem with conflating truth with harsh harsh verbiage, harsh verbiage. Ooh, this group, they can't sing, they suck, they're bad at vocals, they're bad. Why would you do this hype? I get the frustration towards hype for putting them out there when they're not ready, but to then in the same breath talk about how bad La Seraphim's vocals are is uncalled for. That's very uncalled for. Well, I'm just being honest. Well, sometimes certain honest things that you want to say, probably shouldn't say them. Because you could honestly offend someone. Honestly. I don't question your being honest. I'm sure you are being honest. Even like to the point where you're offending someone in an honest manner. Yes, but that's still offense, and you probably shouldn't do that. Because it's not doesn't help. It doesn't help the group. It doesn't help them. And listen, and people will probably get mad at me for saying, "Oh, why are you talking about the idol's feelings? I thought you said feelings are not as important as the truth." Well, when you're out there in YouTube land, uh, basically shaming and mocking them, I would hardly call that truth. I would hardly call that truth. It's not done with a spirit of truth. It's done with a spirit of hatred, and it's malicious. It's malicious. But even with all of that, there's still positives that are coming out of this. And those positives are, well, I got you guys who understand, the importance of uplifting a group who is already downtrodden by so many comments about their voices and how bad they sound and how much their voices suck and how much they sound like trash, and if you need backing vocals and stem vocals you can't sing and all this other garbage. And it's like, so I do appreciate that there are people in the Moonlight community that are not about that and that are spreading truth, but truth in a respectful manner. I think that's the biggest point that I want to make. If you're gonna say that a group didn't sound very good or didn't do their best, you can say it without being a douche. Be respectful. Be respectful. Be aware, consciously aware of people's feelings. Because like people do, like the idols do have feelings. Like they're not exempt from feelings. So we need to be a little more respectful about their feelings. And if the shoe was on the other foot, you would want people to not come down on you for something that you already know, right, was already a problem. So, yeah, the performance was not as great as it could have been, but could chill. Could chill about it just a little bit. But yes, I'm excited for Onu and Taemin releasing new music. And that's the beauty of K-pop, is that um, something new's gonna happen. New music's gonna come out. Uh, People may be too petty to forget the bad things that happened, but for the wrong reason, by the way. But I think people shouldn't forget the bad things that happened. But I think the reason is why we shouldn't forget it should be that instead of like to bring it up to say, hey, you remember when the group did this? So they suck. They still suck. No, I think we should remember these things so that we can learn from our mistakes in how we handled, or should I say mishandled, those events. And new hair color. When Tammy gets, yeah, he said he was gonna get a new hair color. So I'm interested to see what that new hair color is gonna be. Listen, I will always hold to the belief that one of Taman's, at least I think Taman's most iconic look was the look he had right before military with the advice hairstyle. That whole outfit, all the outfits and the hairstyle that Taman had. Advice was like amazing. Amazing. Yes, use it and learn from it. He's done so many. He has. He's done. Man's had so many different like versions and iterations and hairstyles and outfits and I mean iconic outfits. Taman. They're not exempt from being unwell either. They may have been unwell, which is, yes, that's true. They may have been unwell as well. That's very true. Black and gray. Do you remember his black and blonde, like that? Yes, I do. I do remember that. I liked the skunk hair though. I liked that skunk hair. That was nice. Yes, that's one thing about Taman. Taman, no matter what he does, it becomes a trend. Everything they do is a trend. But yeah, good news about the what is woke video. That video should be finished in no time at this point. I just gotta work out a few little kinks. I feel like I say that every time, but there's a few little kinks within the audio part. Just trying to make sure everything's like separated perfectly and blends perfectly. Then I gotta get some more visual aid in there, and it should be fine. It should be great. It should be great. Um, I do want to say this because I was listening to it again. I might have reiterated myself maybe more times than I could count, and I call myself recapping, But it's okay. I think I did pretty well. Even with all of that, I think I did pretty well. And I think that you guys are really gonna enjoy it. And it's gonna be one of those spicy videos that you're gonna be like, whoa, because I don't think I've ever. This video is so scripted. Everything, almost everything I'm saying is basically scripted. I research about like the history of the woke stuff from like the black African American stuff. I talk about people claiming fat phobia when it's not fat phobia. And I talk about the body positivity movement like a little bit, just to kind of give context as to where it came from. The definitions of certain words like savior complex and virtue signaling and things like that. So I'm giving as many examples and definitions of things as I can with regards to all that stuff with the What Is Woke video. So I think I tied them all in pretty well. I hope that I did do the I had to record a few things into the video. But good news is not going to be 2 hours. It's going to be an hour and like maybe 22 minutes or long or something like that. It's not too bad. So I'm working diligently on that video while I'm only uploading maybe 1 or 2 videos a week, which gives me time to work on the What Is Woke video, which I need to work on. So I'm doing that, and it's been pretty good so far. And I can't wait to release this, but I want to make sure it's perfect. This is a video that I need to make sure, because it's so long, so I have to like go back and forth and make sure everything fits perfectly. If it was even like a 30-something minute video, it wouldn't be that much of a deal to like go back and forth and make sure everything fits well. But because this thing is so long, I have to make sure everything fits perfectly. So, and again, I think this is a conversation that needs to be had because a lot of people don't know what woke is. And then we talk about wokeness in K-pop and how that happens. And so I think that's what mainly sparked this video in the first place. So I can't wait to present it. This is going to be one of the most extensive deep dive videos I've ever done about anything, about any topic. But I think it's going to be worth it. I know that a lot of people are not going to like what I say. Like I said, I've re-listened to everything, and I said, "Oh, people are going to not like what I said about that. Oh, people are not going to like that. Oh, people are not going to like that." Oh man. But I'm ready, so at least I'm ready for what comes as a result of putting this out. Sometimes backlash is an indication that you are putting out something that is a necessary conversation. So I will. Are you prepared for Are you prepared for some people might leave comments that you don't need always someone? Yeah, I'm prepared for it. Now, I'm not going to delete the comments. I know somebody had told me before that, well, why don't you just deactivate the comments? No. Because I don't want people to think I'm running away. I want people to be free to leave their comments. I just won't be commenting back. I will do my absolute best to restrain myself from commenting back. And actually, I don't think I need to do too much restraining myself because I made literally an hour and 22-minute long video. With that much time and effort put into a video, there's no need for me to comment further on what I'm trying to say. And I've over clarified. I have said, okay, when I say this, I don't mean this. I've done that quite a number of times in the video. I do not need to clarify anything more. So if people leave their comments, they are free to leave them. I'm not going to be commenting. If people want to debate them, they are free to do so. If they start insulting you, let me know. Let me know. That's the only problem I have. You can have whatever opinion you want about me, about my views. That's fine. Just don't insult people in my chat. Not you guys, but like the people that are come in and make those kinds of stupid comments and start calling people names and stuff. Because if somebody says something and calls you a name or says something stupid, y'all let me know. But you guys have tough skin, I can tell, and y'all are older than I am. Most of you are older than I am, so I'm sure you guys are like. I'm sure those kinds of insults just kind of roll off of your back like rain. Y'all are probably tougher than I am. Because I got offended when one person called me a colorist supporter. That was when I got triggered for real. So I was like, wait, what part of my video did I say I supported colorism? Like, y'all... I wanted to go off so bad and I restrained myself. Like, y'all don't know what the hell y'all are talking about. But anyway. Yeah. So I'm ready though. I'm ready. I can be mean. I can give as good as I get. I don't have to worry about you, Shiny Ninja. You're a tank, okay? You're a tank. You'll take down anything. But yeah, for like the ones that really can't handle people being condescending and rude, then they can just let me know. I will say something to them, give them a little warning. Not to insult people in my comment section, because I don't play that. I do not play that on my channel. I don't like people insulting other people on my channel. You can say that a person's argument doesn't make sense. You can, but you know, your mama raised you that way, blah blah blah. You can do all that all you want, but when you start calling people stupid and you start trying to like joke, say really dumb stuff, that's when the gloves come off. All right. Had to learn to be. Yeah. But yes, I am prepared. I am prepared. It must happen. I am resigning myself to the truth of the matter that bad comments must come, because that's who I'm trying to attract anyway, are the people that think opposite of me. It would be foolish of me to say that I made this entire hour and 22-minute long video and I wasn't trying to convince people of like that what I'm saying is right and true. That would be very disingenuous of me, because I know why I made it. I made it to convert you. I made it to convince you that what I'm saying is right. But I'm not trying to tell you that you should blindly follow what I'm saying. That's what herd mentality people do. Blindly just believe what I say. this person's racist. Just blindly believe me. You don't have to don't look at context or anything like that. Just blindly believe me. Blindly believe me and follow what I say. And I don't do that. Nor do I shame a person for having the opposite thought of me. I'm not going to call you stupid or racist or sexist or anything like that. I'm not going to call you an ist or a phobe because you disagree with me. Like other people do in the herd mentality. They like to pressure people to bow to and submit to their ideology, their way of thinking. And on this channel, I ain't doing that. I'm just going to give you facts. I'm going to give you some truth bombs. And you decide for yourself. I'm going to give you information. In the description of my video, when it does come out, there will be links to all of where I got my stuff from, my information from, so that you guys can see it. And if I need to add any additional links and information, I will be sure to find them. I don't know if I have the link to like the history stuff that I found, but I can I don't think there needs to be a link for that. It's history. It's Black history. I know exactly where it came from. But yes, I will have links to certain things so that you guys can find where I found certain things. And then you look at that information and you decide for yourself whether a thing was right or wrong. And that's what I want people to do, is think for themselves. I don't want you to follow everybody that says, he's racist. Believe me. Okay, I'll believe you. Herd train. No, we're not doing herd train. Not doing herd train on my channel. No. We're doing critical thinking and deductive reasoning for yourself. That's what this channel is for. You piece it together. Why? Because I believe you guys are smart. And I would never insult your intelligence by telling you to just believe me and deny all factual evidence that could be to the contrary of what I'm saying. If you find evidence that convinces you that I'm wrong and you don't believe me, guess what? At least you thought for yourself. I'm fine with that. At least you thought for yourself. At least you thought for yourself. I have no problem with people disagreeing with me as long as your disagreement is your disagreement and not a disagreement that someone told you to have. Right? That's fine. Yeah, and since you have a youngster like Poppy, people should be careful of their comments. I'm gonna protect Poppy like she's my younger sister. I'm gonna protect Poppy like she's my younger sister. And yes, as time goes on, yeah, I'm sure there's gonna be a lot more younger people like Poppy showing up. So I want to make sure that this is a space for them to be able to give their thoughts. And I do say this though, because like younger people, sometimes they are more impressionable and they are susceptible to herd mentality people. So I do want to make sure that I protect my viewers, my younger viewers, and let them know that hate trains and cancel culture bandwagons and stuff are not what's the word? They're not good. I'll just put it that way. They're not good. They're not helpful. There's always a bad intention attached to that kind of stuff. So follow your line of thought, not someone else's. My job, all I'm doing is putting out my opinion and then saying, hey, decide for yourself. That's all I'm doing. It was weird because there was a YouTuber that came to my channel when I put out that colorist video, and she's a Christian. And she was telling me that I was trying to convince people of stuff, and I said, I'm not trying to convince people of nothing. I'm just putting out my opinion and saying, hey, figure out for yourself. It's people like you that are trying to convince people that I'm wrong and that you're right, and you're actually showing your own like racism by talking trash about, you know, other people. But yeah, she was so annoying. And I went and found that she had a YouTube channel, and I watched a little bit of one of her videos where she's like opening the Bible to talk about something, and she took forever. She took forever to get to whatever passage of scripture she was going to, because she kept going, "Woo hoo 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 hoo, yeah, we gonna talk about this today." Mm-hmm. And I said, "Okay, so you're just a showboater. You're just a showboater." So I clicked off because she took forever to get to the passage of scripture. She was a jokester. She's a jokester. She's a clown, and yeah, I did. She is a clown. I don't like clowns. I never liked clowns. And like I said in my previous video, I'm not gonna be the circus for a clown. No more. You can clown. Guess what? You can clown on your own. You can make as many stupid comments under my video as you want to be a clown. I'm not going to entertain you. I'm not going to be your little playground platform. So you can just make jokes to yourself, or whoever is with you that you know enjoys that kind of buffoonery. I'm not going to entertain it. I'm not going to entertain it whatsoever. Okay, I have to ask, what the heck is on that TV behind you? It's just showing Netflix stuff and Hulu stuff, and that's all it is. It's just a moving screen of stuff that shows different stuff. I have a TCL TV, and they tend to do this. When you don't watch TV for a minute, that's what shows up. A little, I guess you could call it like a screensaver of sorts. I was watching Korean Cowboys until I turned on the live stream. So that's what I was watching last, and that's what the screensaver just cut off of and went to that. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. Yeah, I really wanted to. I like I said, this was an impromptu live stream. I just wanted to come on here and like talk about the Le Seraphim thing and kind of go over a few thoughts I've had, and like I've been thinking about K-pop stuff recently, and like how fans have become very entrenched in K-pop stuff to where it's become a part of their life. They care more about what's going on in K-pop than they do about life, like their own personal life. Did you know that they have an 18 section on Disney Plus? And there are... Okay, oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Actually, it's funny because there's a girl who's a YouTuber in my church that I go to, and she came to me and was like, um, I wanted to talk to you about like some K dramas and stuff because um, I've been watching K dramas, and I wanted to know like, have you seen like any recent K dramas lately? And I said I haven't, and she was like, yeah, I think it'd be cool if you like did some K drama reviews. And I said, huh. It's been a minute since I watched K dramas, but that would give me a motivation to actually watch K dramas if I was making reviews on K drama TV series and stuff. So yeah, maybe I should. So I think I'm going to actually watch some K dramas and make some K drama reviews on my Moonlight Antonio channel. So there would be more K-pop stuff. I don't know if I'm going to do it on here or maybe just make a separate channel. I'm probably going to do it on here. Um, but yeah, I think that would be nice. But yeah, she's actually a way bigger YouTuber than I am. She's got quite a number of subscribers. She's a Christian YouTuber and she vlogs about like various different things. She's a vlogger, I'll put it that way. She's a vlogger. She's not just a YouTuber, she's a vlogging YouTube channel. But yeah, so she asked me about that and she was like, "Yeah, I really want to like I want to see some like K-tubing reviews." Check out Kill Me, Heal Me, or Goblin, the Lonely and Great God. Two of my favorites. The first one is a comedy, but it deals with mental health. Okay. Kill Me, Heal Me. Okay. I will. I need to make a list. Actually, she's supposed to be sending me a list, but I think Kill Me, Heal Me might have been on her list. I'm going to definitely make a list of that. Kill Me, Heal Me. Goblin, which I've heard. Goblin, the lonely and great God. My voice has been doing quite well these few days. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I haven't really had any voice problems throughout this entire live stream. So, not bad. I don't know, maybe it's the tea I'm drinking. If you like, I'll send you a link if you use Viki app. Oh, you know what? I used to use Viki app. Tale of the Nine Tails. Okay. The doc. Okay. I've seen Goblin. Yeah, so I'm gonna look into those definitely. Viki app. Viki app isn't that one you gotta pay for? I don't think I have. I think I had Viki, and then I got rid of Viki, the Viki app. Sorry, today is one of those days where I didn't have any music playing in the background. I'm gonna have to go work tomorrow. Love you to chat up and catch with you. Take care. Bye, EMJ. Thank you so much. Ninku. Ninku. What's going on, Ninku? Welcome. Welcome. Take care, EMJ. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Get some sleep. Now you can watch without paying a subscription. You just have to wait a number of days for each new episode. Okay. Who are you? That question's not directed towards me, right? I've seen you, Ninguk. I've seen you before. So there's no way that you could be asking me that question. I've seen you before. I've seen you before in my comment section. So I don't know exactly if that's for me or for someone else, but it can't be for me because we've met. Completed dramas you can watch right away. Okay, good. I'll watch the completed ones first then. Said I was gonna watch them with Mama M, so that we can both watch them, and then maybe I could do some videos of K-drama reviews with Mama M. I think that would be great. So she'll be around. I feel like doing a live stream on a weekday is probably the only way I can even get my mom on a live stream, because on the weekend she's always at work. Oh, how are you? Got you. I was like, who are you? Huh? I'm doing great. I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. I hope you're doing well as well. It was an impromptu live stream that I wasn't going to do originally. But I did one. Because I missed you guys. It was a whole week. And you guys haven't really seen my face except for on live streams, because I haven't been doing any reactions lately. Because I've been taking care of myself and going to the doctor and appointment after appointment after appointment, and doing K-tubing here and there, because I haven't had enough K-tube videos to balance out with all of these reaction videos. And yeah, I'll stay maybe 30 minutes in the stream because it's already 11 p.m. here in France. No problem. I might actually be done with the stream before 30 minutes. I like your live stream. Thank you. I appreciate that. Somebody had asked me a long time ago, hey, how come you don't ask people to donate to your on your live streams? I'm like, because it's weird. I don't like it. Plus, one of the greatest supports that anyone could ever show a lowly YouTuber like myself is to just show up. Honestly. To show up. Giving me 20 minutes or 30 minutes or 45 minutes or even an hour of anyone's time is that you can't put a price on that. It's time, you know. So I don't like asking people to donate. It's just weird. Like, you're donating time already. If a person wants to donate, absolutely they can donate. I'm not gonna make them donate. I'm not gonna ask them, please donate. Put a Nightbot on the screen and be like, please donate and send me your money so that this channel can continue. Which, don't get me wrong, donations will definitely help the channel do better, because I'm going to be using that money to buy new equipment for my channel. Absolutely. Because technology be tripping sometimes, and you got to do what you got to do. But I'm not going to make people pay donations if they don't want to, or if they don't have the money to. No. You're giving me time, and time is valuable, more valuable than even money. So, no. Then they were like, yeah, okay, but I'm just saying it'll definitely help your channel. I'm like, I know it'll help my channel, but I'm not gonna not gonna do that. Look, the donate thing is right here. If anybody wanted to donate, they just click it and donate. I'm not gonna make people do that. It's available. It's right there. I'm not gonna. Nah, fam. I don't do that here. Maybe when my channel becomes bigger, and like I really need to, then I'll do it. But I'm not gonna like push it in front of you guys like it's a big deal. Your time and your coming to my channel, my live streams. You know, like I have 161 subscribers. Not all of them are like attending my live streams. And yeah, exactly, Ningook. I don't like pushy people who ask people a lot to donate. Yes, exactly. Twitch and wait, was it Twitch? I kind of understand, but not on YouTube. Yeah, exactly. Like, I understand on YouTube to a degree, because you're providing, I guess, a level of entertainment or informative content that you would hope that people would financially support and invest in to enhance the quality of your channel and the performance of it. But there's I don't like the idea of pushing donations, of like, it's great that you're here, but I would really love if you donate and all that other stuff. It's never sat well with me. And I know people do it because they have to live and they pay bills with that money or whatever. I just don't. There's something about that really doesn't sit well with me. I can't do it. Time is a precious thing that once gone, it can't come back. Exactly, Chinese Nuna. Exactly. That's why I don't tell people to donate, because time is precious in and of itself. You know, some of, like, you guys could have thought, okay, well, I mean, I don't want to really show up to Avery's live stream because, I just kind of think it's a waste of time, and then you don't show up, and then who am I talking to? Myself? Yes, at that moment, I'm talking to myself, and then there's no point in doing live streams because I'm talking to myself. So the fact that you guys come in and you're talking, we're having a conversation, that's what live streams are all about. If people want to donate, that's up to them. I don't want to force people to do that. It's optional. It shouldn't be made as a requirement. It shouldn't be made as a requirement. Twitch is the same thing as YouTube, in a sense where YouTube can often be somebody's livelihood, just like Twitch can often be somebody's livelihood. And I think there's more perks to donating on Twitch than YouTube. So I think that's why Twitch is like a bigger platform for donation. But if a person wants to show monetary support, that's up to them. At the end of the day, it's up to them. Just like it's up to them to like spend their time in a person's live stream. You don't make people. I didn't make you guys show up. I'm not gonna make you guys donate. It's just weird. But I get it from the business aspect. Actually, my friend Dohi, at one point in time, because he was trying to do things financially for his channel and things like that, he did like talk about donations quite a bit, and content that's profitable and content that's not profitable. And some people understood it, and then some people got a little turned off by it. I always understood what it was he was trying to do. I never thought that it was unreasonable. And maybe it's because I was one of the people that donated a lot anyway. I donated almost every live stream. Just because I wanted to support him, and I believed in what he was doing. And things like that. But other than that, I think some people were not really okay with it, and I was like, as I did become a mod, I was like trying to explain to people, I don't think Dohi means any harm. I think he just wants, he just needs a little monetary support for, his channel and stuff like that. I follow a French YouTuber that the content is politics and reviews on politics with kind of funny, sarcastic manner. He does a special content besides YouTube, and also a magazine. Oh, that's beautiful. That's amazing. And I'm sure that's only possible by people supporting financially. Definitely. That's how you create a business out of YouTube, which I want to do, but I don't think that it's I don't think it's something that a person should I don't think it's wrong to ask for donation. I think it's wrong to beg for donations. I think that's the thing. I think that's the thing. Because that's literally the whole idea of donation is so that you can do things with the channel that you would not otherwise have been able to do without that financial support. That's why there are YouTube membership. That's why there's Patreon. That's why there's all these different things, right? For special content. But the thing is, it's a goods and services type thing. I'm not gonna have you guys pay $1 or whatever for nothing just to support me, and I don't give you anything in return. It's not goods and services at that point. You're just giving me free money, and I'm not doing anything to earn it. So I wanna create something that is worth the $1 that someone's giving me. Right? That's capitalism. And I want to do that. Goods and services type thing where I give you content that's exclusive that you can't get on YouTube, or that YouTube probably wouldn't even allow me to have because the content would be too controversial, or they would probably tell me to take my video down or something weird like that. Or if they just don't, or if they ping me, right, for having a different like views on certain things, right? And so they would just tell me this. That's what I mean. I would do that. I would do that. But again, there's a difference between asking people and begging people. And sometimes there are YouTubers that, I'll be honest, have turned me off from their channel because they beg. They beg. Like I said, there was a YouTuber, a Korean YouTuber, not my friend Dohi. Dohi actually realized later on that he said, I focus so much on money. But the truth is, you guys are more important. And I don't want to alienate one group of my supporters because another group of my supporters, can't donate. So he started doing things like everyone who couldn't donate send me heart donations. So people would spam hearts in the chat, and he would high five the heart donation like that. And but people have accused Dohi in the past of like taking advantage of people and doing all this stuff, which I don't believe he ever did. I don't believe he ever did. I've never seen it, and we, like I said, me and Dohi have talked privately about stuff before. It's never been in his character to take advantage of people. He's never come to my DMs asking me for money. Ever. I would actually donate to him, and he didn't do anything. Because I want him to know that I support him, and all that other stuff. I would just do it, and then he would be like, he'd come on a live stream and go, "Oh, Avery, I saw you donate me, even though I didn't do anything. I don't know why, but thank you." I just like doing that. That's just me. I think it's my mom, the giving spirit. So I understand what it takes to actually have a YouTube channel and have people support you in that way. But I don't think your job is related to music, right? My job, not really, no. Right now, I'm actually not working because I have health issues that prevent me from maintaining a job at the moment. In fact, I got fired from my previous job, because I kept calling out because I was in pain, and I still have those issues, pain and things like that, in a part of my body that, well, yeah, it's I got a lot of pain, but my job was actually retail. My job was actually retail, but I want to do things in music. I want to. So I'm going to figure out the steps to take to do that, and I might. I'm a little traumatized by it, but I might go back to school, an actual school that gives me just what I need for a degree in a particular thing, and with that degree, which has to be bachelor's or something, I'm going to take that degree with me to Korea. Thank you. I appreciate that, Ninga. So yeah, with that said, I am broke, but I still don't. I still, like, even being broke and wanting money, I don't think it's right to like beg people to donate to you. I don't like it. It just, personally, something about that, just, I don't like it, y'all. I don't like it, because it feels needy, and like, that's people's hard-earned money. I don't like doing that, man. Just something about that is off. If it's a business, I get it, and if you're trying to create a business, I get it, but I don't know. I think there's a way in which you go about it that shouldn't seem like you're like only interested in the viewers because of the money aspect. Like I said, if I'm providing a product for you guys, then I could understand why I would say, I hope that you guys will invest in this product with me, so that I can get this product out to you guys, because that's, again, goods and services. But I don't like the idea of coming to people and begging people for donations so that I can live or whatever. Something about that. I don't know if it's pride or if it's whatever. I don't know. I just don't like it. I don't like it. It just seems very needy. And that's why, like, when I heard one of my friends that I met on YouTube, when I heard that a YouTuber that both of us followed went into that person's DMs to ask that her for more money when he already got a donation from her, I was like, oh my God. Like, how needy do you have to be to go into a person's DMs after you've already provided your YouTube services, right? After you've already provided the content, how dare you go into someone's DMs and ask them for more money? Not just for money, but for more money. So this person already donated, and they go into their DMs and ask for more. That's just that's disgusting behavior. If you like reading, that's another wait. If you like reading, that's another thing you can do reviews on, but you don't have to. You don't have to do that. That's bad. That reason, I think France is the best. Is the best world when it comes to social rights. Mm, interesting. So yeah, I'm not gonna hammer that point too hard, but just so you guys know, I don't. That's why I don't ask people for money, because it just asking can easily become begging, very quickly. I don't like it, so I won't be doing that. Not on my channel. Hanging out with you guys is all I really care about. Donations can come when people want to donate. That's not for me to decide. That's for them to decide. And I don't. And if I have a product that I want to put out, like a merch store or whatever, I don't want my merch to be just like some average little merch store. I want it to be something worth buying, like merch that's worth buying, not just, oh, let me make a merch store so I can get money. No, I want it to be like really really dope merch, and yeah, it's gonna support and help the channel to be better production wise, and maybe I can get some better equipment. But I'm not gonna like, I don't, I just for nothing. Like, give me something for nothing. I don't like that. That is a weird ideology. I don't like that. Give me something for nothing, and then eventually I'll give you something. I don't know. Something about that just uh, doesn't sit well with me. And this is coming from someone who's donated to other YouTubers many times. Before I even became a YouTuber, I was donating to like people like PRXO and um, Jen and Hattie and Lil King and Kenry and all these other people that I really respect and admire and love. Like, they're really cool people. Hope things will get better for you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Because I am a little worried about the things that the doctor told me about recently about my body. I am worried because I don't know exactly what's going on with that part of my body in my stomach, but I think I'll be all right. I'll be all right. I think the biggest thing that would really hurt is if I had to give up YouTube. I don't think I could ever imagine giving up YouTube because, like, of my pain or my physical issues. Because really, one of the main reasons why I even did YouTube, especially when I got fired from my job, is that I have nothing else to do, and I really wanted to share my thoughts and my concerns and my love even for K-pop and for apparently political stuff. I never really wanted to talk about political stuff on my channel, but the more that politics keeps getting thrown into the K-pop sphere of things, the more I start to speak out about it. And if I were to have to give up doing YouTube, that would really yeah, no, I can't do that. That would hurt too bad. That would hurt too much. I've built I've built my channel up to this point, and it would really suck to give it up. And it's not even nowhere near where it could be, in terms of like viewership and all that stuff, which hinges solely on me. So it's like I have to step up my game constantly. I don't see YouTube though as a competition. I see it more as a collaboration with like other people who do the same kind of content you do. And the more that I connect with other YouTubers that do K-tubing, the more of a community I kind of feel it is. Like I said, Hoshaning, Chojimi, we've both spoke to each other. So I actually did get a chance to speak to them. They've been on my live stream, a few of my live streams. And I think another one, Kaiji. Kaiji is another YouTuber. He or she has also been on my live stream, and we've talked. And I appreciate all of those people because they actually show me that there's a possibility for community and collaboration and things like that. You're not really all alone or by yourself like you think you are. Because for the longest time I was like by myself. And that, like, Chojimi even promoted my channel on his YouTube channel one time. And I was very, like, wide-eyed about it. Because I was like, wait, what? I'm not a K-tubing channel. But I kind of am, because I do K-tube too. But I never thought of myself as, like, a legit K-tube channel. I thought it was very kind of him to do that. He definitely didn't have to do that for me. And it just showed me even more that, like, I'm not alone. And there are people that actually enjoy my content who are not just viewers, but YouTubers themselves. So I appreciate people like Chojimi and Hoshaning and stuff like that because it does motivate me to do more. So there's no way I could ever just give up my channel like that. I've thought about it before. I've thought about it. Oh, what if I quit? What if I quit? You know, what if people don't watch my content? You know, because I'm not the type of person that likes to like do clickbaity stuff. I want to give you exactly what the thumbnail says. That's what I want to give you on my video. I'm not gonna do no stupid clickbaity mess to try to trap you. False advertisement, right? What do they call it? What they call it? Some kind of not rage baiting, but something else. Drama farming. There we go. I'm not gonna do. There's always a new word. I'm not gonna drama farm on my channel. What you see in the thumbnail is what you're gonna get. So I don't want to get rid of my channel. I don't want to quit. And I don't see any point in quitting. I think it would be great to just keep going and do YouTube until, I don't know. We'll see. But I have no intentions of quitting, even with the pain that I have. It's because of the recommendation Chojimi that I discovered your channel. Oh wow, that's amazing. Yeah, I mean, really, I owe people like Chojimi because he did not have to do that. And he started, like, after I did. And look at how far his channel has blown up. His channel has blown up. And I couldn't be prouder. I couldn't be happier for him. He is literally like the new generation of K-tubing is coming out in full swing, and it's really nice to see. And people like as genuine and as kind and as understanding of both positions of an argument as Chojimi is and Ho Shining. It's amazing. It's amazing. I'm very thankful to see people like that in K-tubing, in YouTube in general. YouTubers, you never know who they really are, so it's like when you see that, Taman sneaks around YouTube and recently has an interest in in AI YouTube videos with Red's music. He's even shared one AI vid for himself. I like certain AI YouTube content. I think some of it borderlines cringe when they do like the AI voice of a deceased K-pop idol. I think that's kind of when things get a little weird for me. I used to think, wow, that's so cool to hear like Jonghyun's voice in a song that he, but it's just I don't like it. Something about that just seems And yet those videos get so many views and so many clicks, and you know. I could never do something like that. I mean, AI. Listen, it's an art to master AI. So I'm not gonna crap on their endeavors because AI is something you have to learn and master. But there's no way I could ever sit there and create an AI, an artificially generated voice of a deceased K-pop idol, or even like a American person who's like gone, and put it in a song just so I could hear what it would sound like. Kind of, if they were to sing that song. No, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. No. I think it's kind of, I don't know, there's an aspect of it that feels a bit disrespectful to the deceased person and their family. Yeah. But there's other AIs that aren't that bad, and they're actually because they're like an AI of a person who's alive doing a cover of a person's song. I don't think that's a bad thing at all. I don't think that's a bad thing at all. But I do think that this might become a problem in the future for AI YouTubers if the companies deem it a problem. Right? You know what I mean? I think it's disrespectful to do that. I do. I think it's very disrespectful. That's how I feel. It's disrespectful to the person who's deceased, and they shouldn't use those people's voices, not those. I understand the temptation of wanting to hear your favorite idol who is no longer with us singing a song. I understand, but at the same time, I think we need to exercise wisdom and just like self-awareness and realize that somebody who's close to this person is not going to like this, and they're probably going to feel some type of way about it, or the company's going to get mad about it eventually and probably take legal action. That's what I think might happen. That's what I think might happen in the future. Companies might take legal action against that kind of stuff. But other than that, I don't think it's all bad. It wouldn't be so bad if they sought permission from the family. Yes. I think yes. Good point. That's a good point, Chinese Nuna. If they sought permission from the family before putting their voice in there, I think that would have been better. I think that would have been so much better. And if the family says no, then they should respect that, yes, and not use that person's voice. Absolutely. I do think that it should boil down to permission from either the family or from the family, mainly the family, yeah. Company, sure, I guess, but also the family, mainly, because, like, they're the ones, that's their child. That's somebody's boy, somebody's son, somebody's daughter, somebody's brother, sister, niece, nephew, cousin. Should be a little more respectful. We talked about a lot of stuff today. I used to listen to some AI covers, but only few of them are well made. Most are bad, and even the well made, you don't have the musicality and emotion of the current artist. Yeah. That's another issue as well, is that, like, some of the AI's voices, it's not going to give you authentically that person's voice, because you're going to hear the person, it's a voice put on top of another person's voice. So you're not really going to hear the actual idol or whatever who sings the song. At least not as, like, the way that they would. You're going to hear the person who originally sang it underneath the voice of the idol who they AI generated his voice on top of, or her voice on top of that person's voice. It's going to sound weird. So you're not even getting, as good of a voice as you would authentically if it was the actual person singing it. So yeah, some of them are really bad. Like, some of them really don't sound like the artists at all. I used to listen to them too, so I would know. I stopped listening because it was a little meh. I stopped listening mainly for that reason. But yes, best believe, guys, I will be reacting to LE SSERAFIM's Coachella performance. I don't know what people are saying about week 2. I'm guessing week 2 has already happened. Correct me if I'm wrong. So the jury's out on that one. I have no idea if that's already happened or not. So I will probably react to that too. I'll probably react to that too. But yeah, week 1, we're going to talk about it. We're going to react to it. And I'm going to give my honest thoughts without being a douchebag about their vocals. And open the floor for conversation on that. First, it's amazing, and fascinating, but quickly it's a It will eventually bore you. It will bore you. It bored me. That's why I stopped. It was it was like, okay, great. You tried your best, but it still doesn't give me that feeling, right? Plus, you don't get the real connection with the AI that you do with the artist. Not seeing episodes, not seen episodes. Seraphim done. Mm, yeah, just like the whole the K-pop group that's comprised of nothing but like artificial intelligence generated K-pop idols that dance around, and like there's a niche for it, but I I don't really care about watching a bunch of 3D guys do dances and stuff. It's cool, and it kind of reminds me of like the 3D figures that be dancing in DDR, in the Dance Dance Revolution. Uh, I don't really care about that. Like I like the actual people, and yeah, like you said, Shiny Zuna, with the AI, even with the AI singing, you don't really get that connection, right? It just sounds very robotic. Sounds very robotic. Ugh. You probably don't agree, but Hybe should invest in vocal training. That's the reason I was against Hybe buying SM. I'm not sure about what Hybe is doing as far as like the vocal aspect of their artists. I'm not sure. Um, if I knew for certain, I would definitely piggyback on what you said, but I'm not sure if that's the issue. Because that would be implying that all of their artists can't sing, and that's not true. Because TXT, they can sing. Um, but then again, TXT is like a big hit as opposed to Hybe labels being something totally different. I'm not sure what Hybe is doing. I haven't really done a thorough like look into Hybe, but I think I might, just for the sake of curiosity, just to see what they're trying to do and what they're trying to create. Because I mean, Bong PD is really trying to push the boundaries of what K-pop can be. And whilst that sounds great, there are certain go to bed, Moonlight. You're tired. You've already picked up that I'm tired, Chinese Nuna. You've already picked it up. Yeah, I'm gonna end the live in a minute. I am. I'm gonna end it. I promise. But I don't know if if I can say for sure that Hybe is not doing a very good job with vocal training. I'm sure there's probably more examples than just the Seraphim. So if someone were to, I don't know, convince me, maybe. Cacao Talk owns most of SM. Yeah, that's right. They do. Cacao Talk does own most of SM. It would have been the other way around if Bong PD did what he was going to do. Because the only reason why Hybe was even going to get involved is because uh, Lee Suman wanted some support, right? Wanted to get wanted to get his company at least more so on his trajectory than the people that were in charge of SM. So I wouldn't say they can't sing, but 17, From Us 9, Eugene, the rest are decent at best. Interesting. I mean, except those who want to focus on technique and skill, take lessons like Jungkook and Jimin. But even Jimin was being heavily scrutinized as someone who doesn't sound as good live as he does in his album. So could it be the company, or is it more? Is it more to do with just? I'm sorry. I don't know. I find it hard to believe that Hybe just doesn't do anything for the artists vocally. I think you can't really train every artist vocally the same way, because not everybody's voice is the same. But I think they need basic vocal training, maybe. But again, I think that there's more that we're not really taking into account with regards to LE SSERAFIM's performance as far as singing. I think they were anxious, nervous, there's many factors that could play into it. There's one particular factor I'm thinking about that my sister actually brought up to me. Now, this is a stretch. Because that would imply that all the girls were having this problem, and there's just no way that all of them were having it at the same time. But my sister has told me, because she's been recording, and she was telling me about how girls tend to have a little more problems than guys do when it comes to like vocals and stuff like that. She's had a problem where she was recording a song and she couldn't hit a certain note, and she was trying to figure out why. And then she found out that it was because of PMS. I'm not saying all the girls had PMS. I'm just saying that's a factor to consider as well. Jimin problem is he used to use wrongly his voice, but it's still 2022. He said that he wants to focus on technique because there's song that he can't sing because he needs. Okay. People's perception is always skewed. Yes. Exactly. And their perception is always very one-dimensional. It's always, well, they just can't sing, or they're just not good, right? Their dancing is just not good, or whatever the case. It's just very one-dimensional, no explanation, especially with vocals. And fans' perception of everything is skewed. A person could be a great rapper or a great singer or a great dancer, but then their visuals don't match that standard of perfection that companies push so heavily, to where fans will literally go out of their way to shame an idol for not looking as good as what like the perfection standard that is pushed on to society by the K-pop industry. Why would they debut this guy? Like, look at his nose, look at his forehead, look at, all kinds of stuff. They would just. So it's like, no matter if it's singing, visuals, dancing, rapping, they will always find something to pick on or something to say about a group or individual. And it'll always be a very one-dimensional take. It'll always be a one-dimensional take. So, but then again, if you blame the company, people will say, well, what is wrong with you and blaming the company? Always the company. You always talk about it's the company's fault. It's not always the company's fault. It's not always good. Everybody blaming the company. I mean, no, it's not the company's fault that the person doesn't look the way that you wish they looked. But it's funny because like people will constantly talk about how, oh, this person got plastic surgery, and they'll shame you for getting plastic surgery. But when you come out with your natural looks, they shame you for looking natural and not getting something done. You can't please these people. You really can't please these people. I'm not talking about you, Ningook. I'm just saying you can't please people that will nitpick on anything. And I know you're not nitpicking. You're just saying that, Hybe is not really hiring or doing anything to like help with the vocals of their artists, which could be true. I don't know, because I don't know. That might be true, but I think there might be more to it than that, though. In my opinion, Jimin needs some time to adapt his voice, because he said that he learned from the beginning vocal technique. And then there's another factor too. Idols don't have as much time to actually practice vocals and things like that as we think. As soon as they are thrust into the heat of the K-pop industry, they are on schedule after schedule after schedule after schedule, and they don't really have time. They don't really have a lot of time to do all of that. So sometimes basic vocal technique is all that they learn for like a long period of time. They have to find the time to do vocal training and stuff like that. And sometimes there's some K-pop groups just don't have the time. Don't have the time because they can't find the time. So there's also that to consider too. It's not always the company's fault. Sometimes the idols just don't have time because the company is thrusting them into promotion after promotion after promotion after promotion, schedule. Go here, go there, day, night. Sleep for 2 hours and then get up and then train, choreography or whatever. Go to your fashion, go to a fashion event, right? Become a brand ambassador, things like that. They don't have time. That's kind of how it goes sometimes. So yeah, there's always that to consider as well. Oh boy. Yes, Shiny's Nuna, I will obey your demand to get me some rest, because I think it's because I've been rubbing my eyes too much today. I've been rubbing my eyes too much. It's like 6 p.m. right now. Yes, I believe an idol, I forget who said so, that after debuting that you have less time. Yes, that's definitely a factor to consider. Like I said, sometimes we don't think about like all of the things that K-pop idols have to do and go through and they may not have time to practice their vocals. Le Seraphim, they may not have had a lot of time. Maybe basic vocal technique might have been all they learned, but it's hard to maintain what you've learned when you're constantly doing things vocally all of the time. Right? And so much energy and heat and vitriol and scrutiny is always thrown on the idols, and hardly ever is it thrown on the companies, because it's the companies that are throwing these idols out there like that. Right? Because they're just, those idols are their money making machines. They have to run them. You know, companies run off of idols. They do. I have not scratched my face this much on a live stream in a long time. That's how you know I haven't shaved. But again, I don't hate on idols or criticize them, because mostly it's no, you're good, you're good. You are good, Ninguk. Don't worry, I totally get your intentions. You're fine. Trust me, I know what real criticism or real bashing of idols looks like. Your opinions and things are totally fine. Trust me, I've seen really rude comments from people before about like idols' voices, and like I said, the person that I dealt with, that girl, trust me, I totally get you. I know exactly what you mean, and I do see your points. So, just so you know, I do understand your points. And I know you're not you're not a person that would like go out of your way and just bash idols left and right. So don't you worry about that. I'm very discerning when it comes to people that just like, that just exude, like they seep hatred. It's like an aura. Right? It's like an aura that just seeps off of them. You don't give me that kind of feeling, so don't you worry. You're good. You're good, Ninguk. I totally understand your intentions. So, but yeah, I do appreciate you guys for coming out and being here and rocking with me today. I know it was a late stream, impromptu, wasn't really supposed to happen, but I really wanted to talk to you guys because I had some stuff on my mind about the Le Seraphim thing. So sometimes I can be kind of mean when I see a comment X or Y, the best vocal when they are not, especially toxic fan. Yeah, I mean, I can understand that. I can understand that. And I can understand the temptation to be mean towards people that do that. Right? We're all human. We all feel that way. When someone says something stupid out their mouth about an idol group, we want to quickly just, give them the hand. I totally get it. All right, well, Get to bed. I will get to bed. Thank you, Chinese Nuna. You're always here. You're always here, and I appreciate it so much. Ninguk, thank you for coming. I appreciate you being here. Thank you for hearing me rant. And don't you worry, Ninguk. You are in good company. You are welcome here, and your opinions and everybody else's opinions are welcome here as well. That's what this channel's about. I want us to be able to have conversations like this so that we can, understand each other, not insult each other, call each other names, but just if we have disagreements, as long as we can handle our disagreements like mature people, then that's all that matters, right? So, thank you for coming. Thank you. Let's see who came. Emma, Shiny's Nuna, Shima, you're always coming. I know you're always coming. You always come. Poppy, thank you for coming. I appreciate it as always. And Ninguk, thank you again for coming. I appreciate it so much. Love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next live stream or YouTube video or whatever. So until then, peace. I'll get back to reactions soon, I promise. I promise. Bye, guys. Byung.